I low-key feel like I'm at a church and he's delivering the sermon and I'm going, "Yes, hallelujah, tell it." You know what I mean? I just feel like that. I feel like he's like I feel like he's like preaching or something and I'm going, "Hallelujah." We have gone through this rabbit hole of Guild Wars 3. We are now going to check out this video that popped up overnight about the future of Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2. So if you haven't seen this, strap yourself in. There's going to be a lot of juicy information that's coming out of this. I personally have not watched the video myself, but I know there's a lot of tea going on in here.
Hey everyone, this weekend is massive for ArenaNet and most importantly for all of you in the Guild Wars community.
That's us! We're the Guild Wars community, you guys! That's us!
Yesterday we announced Guild Wars 3, the first major new game in the Guild Wars franchise in over a decade.
Yeah! Let's go. Continue.
We're going to tell new stories in a different era of Tyria, and when it's ready, you can join us. We wouldn't have got to this moment without the millions of players who've enjoyed Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2, and the entire team at ArenaNet is proud to share this moment with all of you. We'll have much more to share about Guild Wars 3 in the months ahead, but today, we're here to talk about the games you're already playing.
Yeah!
I want you all to know our studio is committed to actively developing Guild Wars Reforged and Guild Wars 2 for many years to come.
Let's go! Let's go! So they're gonna continue with providing more content for both Guild Wars Reforged and Guild Wars 2.
We are not replacing your favorite games. We'll be supporting them. We know this is not the norm, but it's something our studio has been preparing for, and to explain why, it's worth looking back.
Shit. Amazing.
When Guild Wars 1 was our only live game, we faced a similar moment concerning the future of the franchise. And as we shifted our focus to Guild Wars 2, we moved most of the studio to work on it. New content in Guild Wars 1 slowly went away, year over year, before stopping entirely as we approached the release of Guild Wars 2.
Wow.
Guild Wars is a very different game than its sequel, and by making the decision we did, we lost the ability to explore that space. We are not repeating the same approach as we did all those years ago. If we did, we would have stopped development on Guild Wars 2 more than a year ago. Instead, we've continued live development on Guild Wars 2, launched the game on Steam and Epic Game Store, and we've released 3 expansions in 3 years.
Yeah, they've kind of like they've killed it considering they've been working on Guild Wars 3 this whole time. They've done so many things, not just expansion wise, but yeah, they put Guild Wars 2 on Steam and Epic Games. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Holy, they've done so many like improvements. That is amazing.
We've seen Guild Wars 2 thrive, all while ramping up development for Guild Wars 3 simultaneously in the background. At the same time, we tested something new with Guild Wars 1 by reinvesting in the game and creating Guild Wars Reforged to see what would happen. And what we learned was clear. When we support these worlds, players show up, both returning veterans and entirely new fans of the Guild Wars.
No, exactly. Reforged was such a huge deal. In that month of December, we were playing more Guild Wars 1 than Guild Wars 2. Reforged, when it came out, was incredible. And the fact like they keep just pumping out content. Like, you just keep coming back to the game, right? I love the specific tone and candor to the studio. Yeah, no, exactly. He is so comforting, you know? He's so comforting.
Franchise. Those experiences shaped how we're handling this moment. So here's our new commitment: Guild Wars Reforged, Guild Wars 2, and Guild Wars 3 when it launches. All 3 games share the world of Tyria. They are intentionally very different in design, in experience, and where they sit on the timeline.
Nice.
Whichever one is your home, and you're welcome to pick more than one,
yeah,
we're going to continue developing it for years to come. So next, Stephen Clark Wilson, our game director for Guild Wars, is going to walk you through what this means for our original game. And then Josh Davis, game director for Guild Wars 2.
I want to pick all 3. Me too. But I love that. I love that he did say, like, if you're not like vibing with like the other games, you're more than welcome to like have one as your home. A lot of people with Guild Wars 1 do that. Like, they just stay at Guild Wars 1 and they don't really have an interest to get into Guild Wars 2. Which is like totally fine and totally valid, especially if that's the way they want to play, you know what I mean?
The original Guild Wars, now rebranded as Guild Wars Reforged, has been making up for lost time. Partnering with co-developer 2 Weeks Games, we fully integrated the game with Steam, including Steam Deck support. In the
Yeah,
first
that's
month,
huge.
about half of Steam players tried it on Steam Deck. We also simplified access. Anyone who has ever purchased a single campaign can now play all the campaigns at no additional cost. Next, we're applying what we learned about Steam Deck controls and UI to bring Guild Wars Reforged to mobile devices.
That's huge
The
as
relatively small
well.
screen on the Steam Deck forced us to reconsider what the user experience should look like.
They're gonna
We
have
also
so
learned a
many
lot
new
going the
players coming
opposite
into
direction,
mobile.
making sure the game looks right and plays right on a 4K monitor. A typical phone these days has a very high resolution display, and we needed to adapt the UI to these high resolution displays, but they're in a small form factor. Mobile players will join the same live servers as PC players, and existing PC players will be able to access the game on mobile instantly and free of charge. We can't.
I think that's so cool as well. So cool.
So we have 4 major initiatives to share today, and one very
Ooh.
important caveat. Let's go through the headlines first, then each in more detail. First off, we're building a new Hall of Monument system that will connect Guild Wars 2 with Guild Wars 3.
Holy shit, so many people wanted that. So many people were wanting that. That is so hype. Hall of Monuments for Guild Wars 2 into Guild Wars 3. Oh my god, the amount of people before the announcement was like released, right? Oh, the amount of people were like, oh, if it is Guild Wars 3, I want this to happen. And it did happen. Guys, that's so exciting. Oh my god.
This will let you carry your accomplishments forward over to 3. Next up, we're going to modernize and polish Guild Wars 2. We want to bring our older content up to more current design standards, address player concerns, and improve developer workflows.
Ooh.
The third is for our World vs. World players. We're actively developing a brand new Borderlands map.
Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. That was another thing that people were talking about as well. A new World vs. World map. Where my World vs. World is at. That's fucking hype. That is fucking hype. I wonder what the theme is going to be for that new World vs. World map. I know a lot of people, especially the World vs. Worlders, have been wanting a new map as well. Believe it when I say it. Yeah. Exactly. A coastal Borderlands. Oh, an all Borderlands. Oh, Kanta. Yeah, whatever they bring out, I hope it's like completely different to what we have already. I want it to be completely different. I want to see some new things. That is so exciting. Holy shit. New World vs. World Borderlands for caning cyberpunk. Oh, that would be so cool. The futuristic vibes. Oh my god, yeah. Whatever it is, I want it to be like a completely different flavor of what we've already got with the other maps. You know what I mean? Each Borderland should be a totally different map. It would make so much. Yeah, I agree. You'll have like a different like experience and like, you know, yeah, a different feeling with all the different maps. I totally agree with that.
And the fourth announcement is a new open world map set in Ore.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, new Ore map. Let's go. Oh, that's so hype.
The Tyria that you know and the Tyria that you're about to discover in Guild Wars 3.
Wait, no, so you know how we've been looking at all of the concept art and all of the pictures of Guild Wars 3 and we've been talking about, oh, it's so interesting to see like the ore that we know in Guild Wars 2 and now see it so bright and like green and like amazing in Guild Wars 3, right? I'm wondering, this new map that they bring out, are there gonna be pieces of like architecture? Maybe there's broken down temples, broken down things that we've seen in that Guild Wars 3 teaser, and like we're now gonna do, you know, point the two together, you know what I mean? Guild Wars 2 shows us the places Guild Wars 3 and we find out, yeah, no, exactly. And it probably will be like related to like the Hall of Monuments stuff as well. Probably with that core Tyria map that they're bringing out.
Now, as mentioned, this all comes with a trade-off, and we want to be upfront about it. Visions of Eternity, our current expansion, wraps up this September. After that, we're taking a break from expansion development to deliver Hall of Monuments 2.0 and the other projects that I just mentioned.
That's going to be exciting.
After Guild Wars 3 releases, we'll return to shipping annual major content updates for Guild Wars 2.
Let's go.
Let's start with talking about Hall of Monuments in a little bit more detail. If you've played the original Guild Wars, you're probably already familiar with this concept.
the Summer Games Festival achievement is go do events in all, right? I've been looking around and trying to check out architecture and stuff. But now that they're bringing out a new core Tyria map, which means that's an extra map for free players, by the way. That's like, the fact that they're adding an extra map, but the fact like that map is going to be part of core Tyria is absolutely incredible, right? That is absolutely amazing. But I'm assuming a lot of the architecture that is in those Guild Wars 3 teasers, that's going to be in that new core Tyria map. Whatever they were going to bring out, we knew they would cook, but they really brought out a whole like 5-course meal. They brought out the dessert, they brought in the main, they brought in the entree, they brought in like the little appetizers type shit. They brought in absolutely everything. It's just really exciting to see like the future of Guild Wars. Really exciting to see where our franchise goes towards. It's really exciting to see where our community evolves into. And it really nothing has hit me yet. Nothing has hit me, and there's probably some point this week it's all gonna hit at once. I don't know.
Hall of Monuments 2.0 arrives later this year and will let you earn rewards in Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 3 by completing new and existing achievements across the entirety of Guild Wars 2.
So good. So
One
exciting.
major difference from the original Hall of Monuments is that this time it will roll out in phases.
Okay, so I've never done Hall of Monuments for Guild Wars 1 into Guild Wars 2, but it's something definitely that I want to be doing in the future because I haven't finished my Guild Wars 1 I haven't finished my Guild Wars 1 playthrough yet, but it is something that I'm wanting to do, and I want to get Guam as well, and I want to do all of that as well. So it's really exciting to see that even though they're doing a Hall of Monuments type situation, they are changing it just a little bit as well. They're doing it in their own kind of way.
And then we'll hit each of our expansions in chronological order.
So they're doing it in phases by like expansions. Oh, cute. Okay, so like each part of the Hall of Monuments is like part of like an expansion part. Is that right? So core Tyria, and then I don't know if they're going to count Living World, but they'll probably go into Heart of Thor and then so on and so forth. Which kind of tells you, like, if you want to get Hall of Monuments for Guild Wars 3, then you gotta buy all the expansions for Guild Wars 2 if you want all of those Hall of Monuments, like, rewards, right?
So building Hall of Monuments this way gives us a rare opportunity to revisit the foundations of Guild Wars 2, which brings us to our second major initiative. After our team finishes work on Visions of Eternity in late September, we're going to spend nearly a full year going back through each area of the game and making meaningful improvements.
Oh, cool. So they're gonna take some time to make some improvements with Guild Wars 2.
The work splits into two halves: the stuff you'll see and experience as a player, and the work under the hood. Let's start with what you'll see. Everything is on the table here, to borrow a phrase from Colin. For example, bringing older content up to our current design standards.
That's gonna be huge because that's what a lot of people say. That's what a lot of people been wanting. They want like the older Guild Wars 2 content like up to standards as well. I don't mind like some of the older content seems old. Now that I've kind of played a little bit of WoW, going back into those older WoW expansions, you can feel like the age of those expansions. And that's just how it was, right? So like I didn't really mind because like you can just feel like it is what it is. Like it's an old piece of content. But the fact like Guild Wars 2 are kind of taking that step forward and being like, hey, look, we're actually going to go back and we're going to actually, you know, bring it up to standard and we're going to modernize it a little bit. That's really cool, actually.
Rebalancing events and encounters, addressing long-standing bugs, continued support for pillars of the game like World vs. World, polishing the early game experience. These are just high-level categories, but one specific example that we are updating is the Zaitan fight in the personal.
Oh my god, yeah, that's actually huge. That's big. That's big as. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. They're redoing the Zaitan fight. Oh yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah, that's amazing. I can't wait to see what they've got cooking for this, actually. I cannot wait to see what they've got cooking.
Story. This is a rare opportunity for us to take a pass on the entire game and hit some of the biggest pain points that you experience on a day-to-day basis.
Hope Zaitan is a world boss. Can you imagine? Oh my god, that would be huge. And I'm a huge world boss enjoyer. I love world bosses. If they made it into like a world boss as well, plus like a new like fight in like the story instance, that would be amazing. Hopefully they don't make Zaitan fucking talk like the other dragon. That's so funny. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
It's first play.
Can I just say, it seems like they've been working on feedback, a lot of like feedback that players have had for like a long period of time, and it's really nice. It's a really nice feeling when like, you know, the game like is kind of listening to its community as well. We just had no idea they've been cooking this whole time on working on all of these things that, you know, we really had, you know, complaints about and had feedback about. Like a lot of people complain about the Zaitan fight, and you know, now they're working on it. Now they're working to committing to work, you know, getting it fixed. And like a lot of the world versus worlders have been talking about a new world versus world map for ages, and now it's finally happening, and it feels really good. It just feels really good, like this company's kind of like listening in a way. You know what I mean? Isn't that so cool?
Outside of the new map, work on World vs. World restructuring and our core World vs. World systems continues. Right now, the focus is on making winning matter, which requires some fundamental changes to scoring. Once the system is properly encouraging active competitive play, we'll look at adding some more incentives for winning as well.
Ooh.
Last but not least, we're going back to Ore. You've probably heard by now that Guild Wars 3 takes place in Ore. It's one of the most iconic locations in the entire franchise. It's
Adding more buses to the Ore area would be good. I honestly hate going to those maps. Yeah, there's not really any big reasons to go to those maps, but when I do like going to those maps, I like the Ore ruins are like very, very pretty. And like it's very, very eerie, and I love like you see the giants walking around, and then you hear like the bird calls in the background. I do like that as well.
Polish, a new Borderlands map, a new map in Ore, and of course, you can still look forward to our festivals, bonus events, skills balance updates, Wizards Vault updates, and more. It's a pretty ambitious plan. Most games don't get a chance to put this level of attention towards improving the foundation so long after initial release. We get this opportunity because of you, and I think that we're set to put our best foot forward for Guild Wars 2 for the next 15 years and beyond.
That's amazing.
So as you can see, this is an exciting moment for ArenaNet and for Guild Wars fans around the world. We're expanding into the future with Guild Wars 3. We're going back through Guild Wars 2 to improve what we've built and launching the first release of the new Hall of Monuments by the end of this year. We're investing in Guild Wars Reforged, the game that started it all, with new platforms and new content. And before any...
Look at this. Oh my god, look, they have the concept art here. Whoa, you reckon all of this is Guild Wars 3? Oh my god. Hello? Look at all of this. Mega Gyarados, yeah. Guys, confirmed, we're gonna catch Pokemon. Yes, that's happening. Humanoid race on the upper left. Yeah. Ooh, maybe a playable race? Oh, look at this. Oh, this is so cute. I want whatever this is. Oh, look, and they have different colors of them. Oh, that's really cool.
Thank you all to the community. We'll see you in Tyria.
Yeah, how exciting. What a video. Incredible video. I'm so glad that they've brought that out. Yeah, they're so authentic. I think they're very authentic, because I think one of the worries about Guild Wars 3 is like whether they're going to leave Guild Wars 2 to dust. And obviously Guild Wars 2 is such a huge part of ArenaNet. It's a huge game. As you guys know, like Guild Wars 2 is such a huge part of us. They would just never leave it to die, you know? They would never do that. So I think this was like a video to tell people that was worrying and was stressed about things like that, like being like, you know what, like, you know, we're still gonna be here.